Hello and welcome to another episode or the second part of this story behind the story on accidents and the way the authorities deal with victims, or are victims being made more victims and the accused get away. The general situation, mostly I feel crisis of confidence. For those who joined us late, I would like to introduce the panel at a go. Subhash Bab, Goekar, journalist, Advocate Siola Vaz, Sanjay Bab Birthday, activist, and Bosco Bab George, former DIG of police. Yeah. Subhashish, if we just end, and then I would like to go to Siola and I would like to go to Bosco after that.
Yeah, so basically the motivation or the confidence to really take action. Now, when you are on the field, we are all humans, ultimately we have our own fears and we have our own
insecurity.
Yeah. So when it really comes on ground, you should be able to really act without thinking of the consequences from your own team. Now suppose if you are always fighting with your own home, how are you going to fight the world? How are you going to help the world if you are always at war with your own people? So like they say, like a kingdom that is thrown from an enemy can always rise again, but one that falls from within is very hard to rebuild. So at least with a lot of departments in the state, it's quite visible that departments from within are slowly crumbling because the systems are not being followed. Like what has been said back in the day when Bosco sir, from what I have heard, I mean this is when I was a kid, but from what I have heard is that systems were so hard, like no one was able to really breach away from it, and if someone did, they were really pulled up for it. But now it seems that everyone is trying to do anything that they can and like they're getting away with it.
Looks like. Chola, what do you feel about this general systemic, I mean the lack of, basically I feel it's a lack of, because people are not, they don't have confidence that their job will get done, so they go to, I don't know, soothsayers and like temples and media, which are all the same. Actually the actual people who actually
and magic potions
and yes, absolutely,
yeah, correct. There is, and as far as what has just been discussed, when the kingdom crumbles from within, and we have seen just today only or yesterday I think it was, I read on the papers that one police head constable of Mapsa, he attempted suicide, and that is because he was told that he says that he was being harassed by the Mapsa police, by his seniors. Now that is what is the allegation he has made. Now it is under, I think it is under investigation, 48 hours they've asked for a report. So here we have an example of a police head constable who appears to be harassed by his seniors, and then if that is the case, where is there going to be any scope for him to for them to serve the people? Separately, there was another police I think constable, if I'm not mistaken, who committed suicide because he was allegedly harassed by two lady police constables. So that is also there, it is carried by the media, allegations. So when this is the case, then I think what has been discussed appears to be true, that there is some kind of discrepancy within the police themselves. And now the police act also, there's supposed to be a police act. The police bill is
we've heard this for how long
making the rounds in our assembly, and it is required. The nitty-gritties I may not be aware completely, but there are some reforms where they have asked for a commission for welfare of the police and some grievance redressal cells and all that. Might be promising. So far it has not happened. And we in Goa, in fact even our deputy collectors, some of them are not aware what is the act which is supposed to be applied, because when we ask for certain protection and all, there are certain orders which you seek from the deputy collectors. They do not know what the provision is. Even if you provide the provision, they are not sure. At least I'm talking about one person, not sure what the provision is, and in disbelief that there is no such provision. But I have shown the provision is there, because there's an 1861 act. So that is the situation. So the thing is that CRPC, now it is BNSS, there are powers of your executive magistrate, which are also sort of policing powers, and then you have police who have policing powers, but the statute is not clear on that.
Where is what?
Yeah, so I think there is a little bit of passing of the buck even when it comes to that. Confidence is low. Constitution of India says that we should not be violent, we should not be doing anything, we should always entrust the police because our protection is been given to the police, you please do it. So now we are just getting beaten up because they are not doing it for us. They are not doing it for us.
Yeah, Bosco. This is like what? This is a direct allegation for Arop Bosco.
It's true, uh, from when now I'm on the other side of the fence. So
he's already
yes,
made it very clear. Like,
it's you see the policing is. It's,
No,
we are in a very difficult situation. I'll
but
tell you why.
one thing you have to admit, in those days when like guys
Yeah.
like Umesh and you, people used to get scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today you look, nobody is bothered.
Because
Yeah.
they were slimmer also. Now they
No, actually that time they had paunches like Joe and all, like they were. But people used to literally piss Alan and all. He was never slim like this. Now our cops are like all like well built. Yeah. I mean like ribbed. Like, but that time they were not. But they used to still get scared. You agree?
No, as I was saying, one thing is the leadership.
Leadership.
is
Basically,
there.
that's my
Okay.
point.
There is a crisis of confidence over there, and maybe during those days, the sort of the discretion of the head of the department was much more.
Was a lot.
Like he could suppose you did not perform, he could transfer you out from that place immediately, whether it is the inspector or not. Maybe the gazetted officers, he would have to take the government's permission, but he had, because I remember when we came into the police department, my batchmate, he was still in his probation. He was seen to have the potential of being a good police officer. The IG, it was the term IG, there was no DG. The IG made him straight away, Arvind Gavas made him straight away, while on probation, a new police station was opened at Kolva police station and made him the in charge of the police station. See,
That's PSI.
he was a PSI and he made him the in charge of. See, what I'm trying to say that the discretion of the IG at that point of time was so much that he could say, I am taking the responsibility of posting such a raw
Now
officer.
posting is done by MLAs.
It's-
MLA what this MLA I
So-
think all MLA should join the police department.
So-
Probably
so that-
save on salaries and all like.
So no, that's what I'm saying. This has been such a deterioration over a period of time that today, I think a DG can't even change a constable. That it has gone to that extent.
It's very sad. But
So if this is going to be restore back the discretion of this thing and hold the DG responsible, I am telling you things will work.
will improve a lot. Also, this one thing that like cops and all are like killing themselves and all that.
See,
Today it's a
okay,
different-
like this thing, I am not sure. I'm a bit skeptical about
Yeah,
that head
even me,
constable's head constable statement. Why? Because one thing, he is not doing any stressful work.
Yeah.
Because there's hardly any investigation given to a head constable. That is one thing. See, investigations are mostly with sub inspectors and
PSIs and PSIs.
They are there. This at the most accident or some hurt cases or something.
or some settlement.
Yeah. So that's why I will take it with a pinch of salt about this thing. But yes, it has become stressful in the sense the working hours, this thing. Then naturally,
that's always been there.
No. But what I'm saying, maybe now it is because of, as I said,
it's
tourism
now.
and also they don't get
More.
to. But at that point of time, there was hardly transport. The head constable used to stay in the police stations. Constable used to be every weekend is to go as such. Maybe whenever their holidays or when their salaries were there, they used to go home. But nowadays, each of them, they start the motorcycle, they go. They think they are come for, especially the lower staff, they think they are come for 8-hour duty. It is simply
This
not
is
possible.
the difference today. See, once upon a time, like I've seen this. Forget about the cops. We've like worked cops and even journalists, and all, there's no timing.
No
But
time.
today, when any new person comes,
He wants to go.
yeah, what time I have to go home? Or 7 o'clock? Okay, go shoot. Now, worse also, the sense of entitlement comes because there is. I don't think there is merit for people who join the cops. There is no
Yeah,
merit.
looks
It's a
like.
question of okay, I know Sanjay birthday and then I can get some discount on whatever Zomato or Swiggy and all. And you get, so if there's no merit, you're entitled. Like if already I'm paying so much, why the hell should I work? Yeah.
Yes.
Why would I work? Now I know of instances wherein 6th and 7th standard passed are made clerks. Now what is that guy going to write? He doesn't want the job, but he's made. We know of things. Basically, it's like there are. So, if you are already, your life savings are gone in that job, why will you want to work for more than a cop? as a cop, like from what I've seen in the older cops, it was like a way of life. It was a passion.
Yes, it's a way of life.
They used to sit, and now I've seen this even with our journalists. Yeah, sorry, once upon a time it used to be a way of life. Today, first way, okay, fine, okay, I'm getting Sunday off. Okay, what about how many holidays I'm getting? Okay, what's my salary? That's it. It's a job.
It's a
It
job.
can't be.
Rather
Certain
than a
professions are
vocation.
not a job. They are not jobs, certainly. If you want to make money, you should not join the cops here, I think, or the army. but they are, today is the other way around. Sorry. Sanjay Bab, Sanga. If, okay. Yes.
See, recently, Suleiman Siddiqicho जेलीनसून
Perfect.
पोलिसूच ताका भायर काडटा पोलिसूच ताका भायर काडटा आनी कर्नाटकान व्हरता केरला व्हरता आनी केरला पुलीस थंयसून सांगता अरेस्ट जाले म्हणून गोंयचो सीएम 4 दीस पयलीं ताका अरेस्ट केलो गोंयचो सीएम ताका 4 दिसा उपरांत डिक्लेअर करता ताका हाडपाचो आसा म्हणून.
गोयच्या सीएमा कडेन खबर आशिल्ली इट इज नॉट अ बीजेपी स्टेट केरला.
I'm just saying. केरला स्टेट पळय कशें जाला की हांव गोंयच्या सीएमा बद्दल डेली उलयता हांव कित्याक लागून सांगता खबर आसा पळय आमी पोलीस हिस्ट्री ऑफ गोवा खंयचो असो पोलिसांनी केन्नाच जेलीसून ताका भायर काडूंक ना फर्स्ट टायम इन हिस्ट्री ऑफ गोवा.
Is it?
या पोलिसांनी
I mean,
केन्ना
it's a person conducting an interview while in custody.
Not
It's not
Not
correct.
correct.
It's not correct. I don't know whoever has done it. I think it's wrong.
ना कंप्लीट
It's stupid.
ना सर कितें जालां न्ही ह्या हांव तुमकां गोंयच्या लोकांक कित्याक लागून सांगता आमचे गोंयचे भुरगे एसेंब्लीन बसता वचून वॉट एवर थिंग्स हॅपनिंग इन एसेंब्ली ते पळयतात पूण आमी आयज ह्या माध्यमांतसून आयज सांगूंक करता आयज जें कितें घडटा वॉट्सॅपाचेर भुरगीं आमचे पळयता ल्हान इवन 3rd स्टँडर्ड 4th स्टँडर्ड 5th स्टँडर्ड मोबायलाचेर पळयता हे कोण डाणा हो कोण हो सुलेमान सिद्दीकी कोण पोलीस ताका भायर कित्याक लागून सोडटा भुरग्यांच्या तकलेन वयता.
Sanjay Bab, I'll come back after a break. I will come back to Sanjay Birde. He's talking about certain lacunae. What is gone to the general public. But Sanjay Bab doesn't realize is that all assemblies are live today. And today, half of things what happens in police stations are also seen live on a lot of TV. Anyway, we will discuss this after we take a short break. Keep watching. Welcome back. Yeah, Sanjay Bab.
या कितें जाला तेच भुरग्यांचेर तकलेचेर इफेक्ट पडटा
Live पळयता assembly.
लायव्ह पळयता न्हू भितर लायव्ह पळयता आसतना सेटींग आसता एसेंब्लीन सुद्दां सेटींग फूल तुका क्वेश्चन कसलो विचारपाक जाय तूं आन्सर कसो करतलो मंडळाचे म्हणणें आयकून घेतलो सभापती सांगता जालें पास करून घेतले तांकां उखलून ओपोजिशनाक काडटा आनी भायर दवरता हे सगळीं नाटकां
Opposition setting म्हणटा.
हय ओपोजिशन सेटींग आसा सो आमी झगडटा गोंयच्या लोकांक लागून गोंयाक लागून आमी कितें करपाक जाय की खरे मनीस गोंयचे पोलीस आमचे सारके बॅकबोन आमचे गोंयचे पोलीस आयजचो टॉपीक आसा तो पोलिसांचेरूच आसा सो
No, actually, yeah, whatever.
गोंयचे पोलिसांचेरूच आमचो टॉपीक आसा सो आमी जे भुरगे आयज पुलीस डिपार्टमेंटान कामाक आसा सो तांकां हांव एग्जाम्पल दिवंक करता इफ यू गो टू केरला पुलीस केरला टुरिजमाक केरला जेन्ना वयता न्ही आमी नो एंट्रीन जर गेले हांव गोंयांसून गाडी चोरून घेवन गेले जाल्यार नो एंट्रीसून ते पोलीस सांगता आमकां नो एंट्रीन तुमी येवंक फावना म्हणून एक फर्स्ट तुका एक दिता इन्स्ट्रक्शन दिता सेकेंड इन्स्ट्रक्शन थर्ड इन्स्ट्रक्शन मागीर ते चलन दिता अशें गोंयान करपाक जाय. हांगा कितें जालां गोंयान आमचे गोंयचें नांव पिड्ड्यार कित्याक लागून जाला की हे गोंयान ट्रॅफीक पोलीस जे आसा न्हू ते ट्युरिस्टांक येता आसतना वेलकम करपाक जाय आनी समजोवन सांगूंक जाय ही रॉंग सायडीसून येयल्या आनी हे कितें करतात आयज बूक पेजीस हे दिला चलन बूक दिला आनी आतां ते हे दिला मोबायलानसून हेतून सॉरी ऑनलायनसून पयशे फारीक करपाक जाय ते पयशे कोणाक मेळटा ते खबर ना आनी आरटीआयन जर मागपाक गेले जाल्यार तेंचे कडेन रिकॉर्डूच नासता. सो आमी केरला पुलीस आनी गोवा पुलीस केरळा आयज ट्युरिस्ट कित्याक लागून वयता हेच कारणाक लागून आनी आतां टूल किट म्हणून नवें कितें येयलां टूल किट म्हणजे कितें
What is
सर टूल किट हे सगळे बीजेपीचे नाटकां ती एक्चुअली वॉट एवर थिंग्स आर हॅपनिंग इन गोवा हे महाराष्ट्रान सगळ्या लोकांक कळ्ळां की इंडियन युट्यूबाचेर पावता आनी आयज आमचो टुरिजम मिनिस्टर सांगता हे सगळें फेक आहा म्हणून टूल किट म्हणून.
What is the toolkit? Much is
The
It's like
tourism
propaganda.
minister has said no that all this Goa there are no people in Goa, there are no tourists in Goa. It's all
So
a toolkit
it's
that
a-
is Chinese propaganda.
It's a propaganda. Okay, I make a statement that there is no one in, there is no tourist in Goa. A similar thing will be spoken by another person. It is a huge. So it is that standard is like a toolkit.
It's a scripted thing.
But that's what all the BJP and all the political parties, they all spokesmen speak the same thing.
Same thing. That's
What toolkit?
ना whatever things are happening न्हू आतां खंयचो एक कितें जालें न्हू व्हिडिओ महाराष्ट्रान करता आनी ते महाराष्ट्राचे लोक कित्याक महाराष्ट्रान सांगतात की गोंयान तुमी वचो नाका म्हणून तर गोंयान कित्याक लागून वचो नाका ते दिसता तो कलांगूट एक एक्सिडंट जालें सॉरी कोणाक तरी मारलो जित्तो मारलो शेकाचेर मारलो
दोग जाण
हय
Two different incidents.
कित्याक लागून मारले न्ही की एक बांगडो फ्राय बांगडो कसो 1000 रुपया 1000 रुपीज हेजेर आतां गोवोरमेंटाचें रेस्ट्रिक्शन आसपाक जाय न्ही आतां टुरिस्ट गोंयान जे येतात न्हू आमचे कित्याक लागून येतात सोरो पिवपाक येतात आनी भायले लोक जे येतात न्ही ती सोरो पियालो काय हांकां गोंयान सोरो सवय जाय तितको पियात आनी तेंचेर कंट्रोल उरना तर आमी आतां गोंयच्या पुलिसांक वायट म्हणूं शकना आनी गोंयकारांक वायट म्हणूं शकना कित्याक हांव गोंयकार म्हाका खबर आसा गोंयचो लोक सोरो कितलो पियालो गटरान केन्ना पडना
I don't agree with you. But anyway.
आमचे गोंयचे लोक केन्ना गटरान पडना ते लोक पडटा आनी ते आमच्याच लोकांक आमच्याच शॉपवाल्यांक मारपाक वयता हेजेर मातसो कंट्रोल करपाक जाय गोव्हर्मेंटान सांगूंक जाय तुमकां जर ब्रेनाचेर जर
But
तुमचो
संजय बाब कालांगूट 40 रुपीज बिर्याणी मेळता 1000 रुपया बांगडो आनी 40 रुपीज बिर्याणी आनी कितें उरला
तशें पळोवंक गेल्यार खूब कितें कितें आसा गोंयान सवाय खूब आसा गोंयान म्हापशान अलंकार थिएटरा कडेन येयशी जाल्यार तुमकां बरे फूड्स मेळटा आमचे बरे फूड्स मेळटा थंय आमचे बरे
शाकुती बाबी.
हय हय
Yeah, first of all, we have like diverted a little bit from the topic, but I have like one thing to ask you and even say to you and get an opinion from you. See, it is a very professional job. Policing is a professional job. All your policing duties, what you call, is professional. How to handle riots, how to handle this, how to restrain X, Y, Z, whatever. Professional. One. Investigation is a specialist job. Very specialist, right? Filing as part of the investigation, which goes the legal side, which goes into the, I mean, like then the AGs and the PPs and whoever fight in court to convict these people. That's a separate job. Dealing with people, PR, liaisoning, is a separate job. These are all specialized jobs. Like I cannot tomorrow I cannot go and say like I'm going to drive a JCP. It is not possible. I will probably kill myself if not kill somebody else. Okay, now for example, some bus driver cannot be the editor of GOA365. It's not possible. So, but are you all given training in all this? Now tell me one thing. I saw some 2 drunk, smoked up women beat up 2 cops, women cops. Now, how is that possible if that woman was trained? One, I see the way, suppose if somebody gets aggressive with a cop, he doesn't know how to deal with it. He gets more aggressive and then it escalates. All these things, training is given. Investigation, the DGP and the Home Minister shouts at 95%, 96%. People have been caught. How many convictions? Tell me, no? Most of them are effed up according to the courts on them by the cops, by the investigation, by the way it is. So, were you all given training?
No. See,
specialist investigation. Do you know how to investigate something? Murder happens. The whole janta is there. Yaar.
They give it to crime branch.
Why are you given training? I remember I had this discussion with the late Manohar Parrikar, and he had said, "Yeah, within 6 months I'm going to start an investigation." Go train the cops in investigation.
See,
that was like he's gone.
You know,
he became defense minister. He's gone. But
no. See, there is a lot of thing between
you're not answering my question.
No, I'm answering. I'm answering.
Okay.
What is thought and what is practical.
But was it thought? All this is thought?
Always. We have when you do a 1-year training.
You all have toolkits also.
No. 1-year training when you do as a police officer at the police academy. It is a lot of things. You learn forensic science. You learn forensic medicine. You learn the law. All these things are there.
Really?
This is all there, including the physical part when we learn horse riding. Because at that point of time, see, during those days, that horse riding was one of the important things. So even how to polish your shoes, how to dress up, all these things are taught. But like I said, once you pass out, you think you're going to put all these things into practice, but then after it's a different world altogether. Because then after here you're answerable to the court, here you're answerable to the public, here you're answerable to the press, here you're answerable to the police. how many people are you going to be answering? The policeman is not something before even see, this is the thing, before when an accident takes place, he has to make a decision at the spot that this is a whether it is a accident or whether it is a negligence or whether it is a homicide or what, all these things. And that what he writes there at that point of time, that is discussed after in the court and decide. In hindsight, they come with judgments, with flowery, all those things. So I'm not trying to take away from the thing. What I'm trying to say, the police are also under huge this thing. We are supposed, he's supposed to, is there a this thing
It's
that,
okay to say,
no, what I'm trying to say is there a this thing that, okay, for if you go to any government department, he will say that he will be clearing 10 files today. Fine, that's all. After that, he's not going to do that. But can I say, today I have investigated 10 crimes, tomorrow you come tomorrow to this thing? No. Whatever comes, we have to keep our doors open. And there's a lot of this thing. We need to, what is there is, yes, I want that we should have a specialized this thing. Investigate. Separate separate the investigation from the law and order thing. Separate this is, but then, one wants to think about it.
You have discussion I was saying I had with the late MP, the former defense minister.
That's true.
And he said, yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
And we discussed also.
I think at least during, I had a good experience as far as when I was the SP anti-corruption, I can tell you, there was no one had this thing to even call me or tell this and that. We went on the investigation. Yes. We have a very clear, I mean, that's what I said, direction, leadership needs to be clear about what you want.
I don't know. संजय बाब कितें म्हणटा पळय तुम्ही पुलिसाचेच ब्लेम करता पुलिसाकूय खूब हें आहा न्हू लोकांनी मातशी पुलिसाक सगळे गाय मारता लोक जाय तेन्ना मागीर पुलिसाक
like I said, we are the face of the establishment. Who else can we are the most soft target.
NGO
Soft
पुलिसाक या इट पुलिसांक गाय मारता तूं वचन चॅक कर युट्यूबार मिडिया पुलिसाची गाय मारता मागीर मिनिस्टर पुलिसाक गाय मारता मागीर तानावाड्यान पासून सांगला न्हू सुलेमान गेलो पुलीस फॉल्ट मागीर इट्स ऑन रिकॉर्ड आय एम नॉट सेइंग एनीथिंग एवरीबडी पुलीस आतां पळय ऑल्सो लिडरशीप कोणाची पॉलिटिशियन्साची कोण वोट दिता
ना एकूच सांगता
पुलीस वोट करता लोक वोट दिता गोंयकार दिता
ना एकूच सांगता
ना तू आयकला
ऐकला एकूच आसा
तुगे 2 मिनटां कावर जाता लास्ट तू
होम मिनिस्टर
लास्ट तुमी
ना
फिनिश
आता जे कितें कंट्रोल उदर करपाचो आसा न्ही पुलीस डिपार्टमेंट आमचे मिनिस्टरांच्या हातीन गोवा पुलीस केन्नाच दिवंक फावना
अरे बट कॉशियस जाता राष्ट्रपती is a figurehead. President is a figurehead. Just because the BJP uses governors to control states, no. The governors and the presidents are figureheads. Read the constitution. Rahul Gandhi घेऊन भोंवता तो. They are figurehead. तेका कांयच पावर ना.
सर गोंयान पोर्तुगीज रूल जाले ना सांगता तेन्ना जे पोलीस आनी आतांचे पोलीस कित्याक आहा परत
आय डोंट नो
तेन्ना पोलिसांनी भिया जाले न्ही आतां मिनिस्टर
तू पुर्तुगेज टायमार कित्याक वयता हांव धाकटो आसलो तेन्ना हांवें काय करियर चालू केल्लें एज अ पत्रकार पुलिसाक आमी भिताले हिंगा म्हाजे कडेन बुलेट आहली अजून आहा एलनान म्हाका एक दीस धमकी दिली तो रॉकेट सायलेन्सर काड नाल्यार तो बुलेट काडून भितर घालता बुलेटून आनी तो पायचो बेस्ट फ्रेंड आसलो बट अजून धमकी दिली पळय आनी हांव 2 दीस भायर सरलो ना घरांतलो
ना गोंयान पुलीस
तू पुर्तुगेज टायमाचेर कितें उलयता आतांचे पुलीस for so many that fear of the law which I have been saying is not there.
It's missing.
ना पोलीस गोयचे आमचे आसात न्हू PI आसा खूप जण बरे आसा भितरले 2% 3% पोलीस असतात न्ही तर पोलीस
लोक बिना PI
ना
okay anyway I am out of time in case you want to discuss this we will have to have another thing but sorry people do not get scared of the police because they know that if a police catches you one call from some bungalow government bungalow which rent is paid for by us phone comes and says अरे सोड रे का कोण सांगला तो आमचो मनीस मरे आणि बात सोडता so where will the fear be there when goons get protection like this and common people and victims get nothing except galis in the police stations when they get there keep watching GOA365